Canadian Competition Bureau has sued Rogers Communications for what it calls false advertising of its unlimited data plan in the wireless business. Joining me to talk about it, and another prominent case, is Michael Osborne, chair of the Canadian Competition Practice at the law firm Cozen O'Connor. Michael, thanks a lot for joining us. We've got a couple cases to talk about. Let's talk first about Rogers. With quite a splash a couple of years ago, Rogers announced unlimited data packages, wireless data packages. It was pretty clear at the time. I mean, I read about it and we reported on it at the time. It was pretty clear at the time that once a user reached a certain level of data usage per month, that data speeds would be throttled back somewhat. But that appears to be the crux of the Competition Bureau's complaint against Rogers. Is that correct?
It is, but there's a little bit more to it than that. So you're quite right. Rogers will say that we all knew that once you hit the cap that your speeds would be throttled. What the Bureau is focusing on is advertisements that Rogers made that said things like, because we don't want to stream just one movie, we need every movie. And we're not just catching the game, we're sharing every goal, trade, and stat. And of course, early days in the case, but I expect the Bureau will say, look, what Rogers is essentially telling consumers here is that they have unlimited ability to stream movies, and they don't, because the throttled speeds were basically like dial-up. They were initially 250 or so kilobits per second, and then they raised it to 512. So not even a megabit, right? Not high speed. And it would take pretty much a whole day to download a movie at those speeds. So there's more going on than the fact that we all knew that the speeds were throttled. It has to do with how aggressively I think Rogers was positioning this.
So take us through the process. This is the Competition Bureau initiating this action. It will, I assume, be heard at the Competition Tribunal, which is a quasi-judicial tribunal.
Yeah, it'll be heard at the Competition Tribunal by a single judge. The tribunal is sort of a branch of the Federal Court of Canada. And so it will hear the case and deliver a decision. It could find that Rogers has engaged in misleading advertising, or it might not find that. If it does find that Rogers has engaged in misleading advertising, then there's a possibility of a fairly large fine being imposed on Rogers.
Are there takeaways here for the other major telcos? Have they advertised similar offerings? I know there was if I recall correctly, there was a scramble by some of them to at least be seen to be matching Rogers in quote unquote unlimited packages.
Yeah, although I had a look this morning, and Bell, for one, I didn't look at TELUS, but Bell is doing it differently. So if you go on Bell's, you'll find that they advertise using the number of the amount of data in the plan. And it says you have this much of high speed, and then you have unlimited at a lower speed, the same speed actually, 512 kilobits. So at least now, I can't speak to the original ads, but at least now Bell is disclosing much more obviously that you only get, say, 100 gigs of high speed, and then after that you're on to a low speed regime.
It's not uncommon to hear critics of this industry say that what Canadian consumers need, perhaps more than aggressive regulation, is to allow foreign competitors, and that sounds like U.S. competitors, to participate in the Canadian wireless market. Do you have a view on that topic?
So any kind of foreign ownership restrictions, whether it's in telco or airlines or whatever, is going to reduce competition. So at least in theory, if we opened it up, we could potentially get more competition. But it's worth remembering that we have three national kind of full service wireless providers in this country. And then another one, the Freedom Mobile, the former Shaw subsidiary, all competing for business. So there's a fair amount of competition, and whether or not prices would go down much is really hard to say.
Do you agree that, or do you have the view that freedom under Quebecor seems to be a stronger Freedom Mobile than it's been in the past? And that it has had a material impact
Absolutely.
on pricing. Do you agree?
StatsCan found that mobile prices came down by double digits shortly after the merger went through and Rogers was and Freedom was divested to Videotron.
Okay, we haven't left much time to talk about Rona, but there's been a competition ruling there as well. This is not the initiation of action. This sounds like a resolution. Rona, the home improvement retailer. What has gone on there?
Yeah, so in a way, that's business as usual. You had Rona buying Allfab. They make roof and floor trusses as well as wall systems, so effectively prefab parts to build into a home. They have locations all across Western Canada and also in the States. In a way, this is very much business as usual. Rona decides to buy them, but they have an overlap in one business, truss manufacturing, in a place called Martinsville, Saskatchewan. The Bureau finds that this will lead to a lessening of competition in Saskatoon. And so Rona agrees to divest its own plant, not a plant that it's acquired. So clearly what it was acquiring was more attractive to it than its own plant. And so they divest it. So in a way, business as usual. This is how it's supposed to work. And not a whole lot to say apart from that.
Michael, thank you for this conversation. Michael Osborne is chair of the Canadian Competition